Hello and congratulations on being close to the close of week 4 of GE3510 macroeconomics. Remember, this is the end of week 4 going into the final week, week 5. So if there's anything that needs to be made up or picked up or questions asked, make sure to do so now going into that last week so we can pick things up before the close of the class. Scrolling down to the current week, we are looking at the close of week 4. Remember that we covered the elasticity, which is going to be a topic that needs to be known for both micro and macroeconomics, a core fundamental topic for economics in general. And then we looked at economic growth, which is going to be a key component to economics, and looking at growth in terms of different areas, in terms of are there different policies or conditions that would be in place in different regions and different economic conditions, different sizes of economies, for example, in order to promote the highest levels of growth. If we scroll back down, we know that everything from the discussion forums on down, that's what we need to get done. Everything's due by Sunday, and we have the discussion forums up top. We've had great discussion so far. Everybody want to make sure to get everybody to have the concept of looking to get full credit on the discussion forum post, picking up 100% of the 21% available here because you have the most control over that, and then going into the assignments and homeworks, picking up as much of those as possible, going into the quizzes with as many points as possible in that way. In order to pick up full credit for the discussions, we do need a minimum of 4 posts. Remember that that is the minimum. In order to pick up full credit, I would suggest posting more than that. And make sure that you're adding content to the course, meaning we have new content for each that's related to an economic terminology. If we copy and paste anything, then make sure that we're referencing that. And if you want to get full credit on a post that's a copy and paste post, then you gotta rephrase it in your own words and critique or critique whether or not what's being said is correct or not. There's a lot of information on these type of topics and a lot of kind of disagreement. This is the area in economics where there's a lot of debate in terms of what type of policies would be best for growth in an economy and other kind of topics that are economic topics as well as political topics like unemployment, like GDP growth. If we scroll back down, we got the assignments, we've got the homework and the quizzes. Remember that although most of the work will be done up here in McGraw-Hill's Connect, it's not all listed up here in McGraw-Hill's Connect. And although most of the work is not done here in Moodle Rooms, it is all listed here in Moodle Rooms. So make sure that as you do the work, mostly up here in Connect, you're going back to Moodle Rooms and checking off all the work that has been done as you go, and therefore making sure that you're picking everything up as we go. The quiz here, remember that quizzes and finals and midterms cannot generally be made up unless there's an unusual circumstance. Therefore, if you run into a time constraint, make sure to take the quiz, get any points you can. 10% is better than a 0%. And then go back to the homework and assignments if you can. We have more leeway for late work for these items than with the quizzes, although for any late work you will lose points in accordance with charter college policy. Remember that the grade book is going to be up here on the left side. So the grades, we're going to get the grades in there Tuesday. I have till Wednesday to get the grades in there. I try to get them in there Tuesday following the close of the week. I know we had a week off, so it's a little bit unusual for the week off. But as the week closes on week 4, for example, then any work that was done up through that time period within week 4, whether it be late work that was week 3 work done in week 4 or week 4 current work, it should be graded by Tuesday following the close of the week. So you want to go in there Tuesday around noon and check anything that has been updated in week 4, for example, whether that be week 4 work or late work that was done in week 3. And if there's any questions about the grading, then let me know and we'll take a look at it. Let me know as soon as possible, and so that we can go in there and check it. Remember that the last week is next week, and therefore, if anybody has something that they may qualify for an incomplete extension, a 2-week extension, then this would be the time to do that and set that up. I don't recommend filing for an extension for a few reasons, unless you have to, unless the circumstances are such that it would be a good idea. And that's because the extension doesn't always go through. For one, you don't want to depend on the extension. 2 and 3, it really makes things more difficult in the following mod, meaning if you get a 2-week extension on these 2 classes, going into the next 2 classes, you gotta make up whatever work was here and go into the next 2 classes. So it creates a lot of work in the following 2 classes. But if there was an unusual circumstance, like the classic cases of medical, like hospitalization or something like that, then you could file for a 2-week extension. You have to get it in before the end of the, it's way more likely to go through if we get it in before the end of the course. So really make sure that if you want to look into this option, let me know. And we got to get the paperwork done before the end of the course, which means that you can go into your portal up top, and there should be something on the left that will be dealing with an extension. Fill out that paperwork, and then it'll go through the DocuSign information, which you will need your student email in order to complete. So again, if anybody has questions on that process, if you think you might qualify for that 2-week extension and want to have questions on that, then let me know, please, and we'll go through that and look through the options. So that's going to be it. So congratulations on being close to close of week 4.